Hey folks, it's Vicky. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay, mainly Poshmark. And today's video, I will be sharing with you the items that sold on Poshmark and eBay. So I will be sharing with you my cost of goods, what I sold these items for, as well as showing you a photo somewhere on the screen of the item, and also telling you when I listed those items. I did have 49 items sell on Poshmark and 1 sold on eBay. I did not list on eBay at all the last 2 weeks, so that's why. Poshmark, my average sales price was $18.53, which is fine. It kind of fluctuates around there. 10 of the items I sold, they sold within 5 days of listing. The majority sold within 4. Before I get started, I do want to mention 2 things. So last Wednesday I did a video where I was showing a new feature that I noticed on Poshmark that had like these little keyword bubbles, and I've been using that to source with, and I think that it's extremely successful. If you've seen any of my keyword research videos, I really love using my little keyword planner. And just to FYI, Google Keyword Planner is 100% free. You could do this too. All you have to do is just read the data. That's all it is. But I will take a brand, I will put it into my Google search. I have my keyword planner that tells me how many people are searching these items per month. And you can type in like 41 Hawthorne red dress, and it'll tell you if anybody's searching it, right? I love it. I love doing this, so I wanted to make a series where I take brands that are popular on Poshmark and, or brands that people don't sell anymore because it just doesn't sell for them. And I wanted to do like a deep dive into the keyword research to show you, okay, well, people are searching this item and this item and this item by these brands. They're really not searching this item and this item. I personally love doing that kind of stuff. YouTube doesn't really like me doing that kind of video, but I don't really care, so they don't promote my video. It's fine. I enjoy doing it. That's why I want to do it. So what I'm asking you guys is, if you haven't watched my video on Friday that I did, definitely check that out. I did a video on Free People, and I showed you what people are actually searching for that brand. If you've been reselling for a while, you're probably well aware what works and what doesn't. But I thought it was interesting. It shows you how many searches per month people are searching for certain categories, as well as what they're actually typing in, like Free People Western boots, a lot of keywords that people are looking for that may help you in your listings. And yeah, that's that. So if you could go check that video out, I will link it up here. And comment down below that video a brand and your Poshmark closet name. So tomorrow I'll be choosing a comment at random, and I will be picking that brand to feature in my next video on Friday, as well as featuring your Poshmark closet in my video and giving you a shout out. So I would definitely appreciate it. So far I've only had 1 person on YouTube and 1 person on Instagram comment a brand and their Poshmark name. So we'll see what happens there, but definitely go check that out if you could and leave a comment. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about before we get into the what sold video, I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth, but what can you do? I'm a lonely girl. Okay, so what I've been doing here recently with my Poshmark closet. So I have been doing a lot of relisting. And when I say relisting, I'm not doing the copy feature that Poshmark has. So I've been using List Perfectly to copy my listings again, and then I delete my old ones, which actually really relist those items instead of just copying it. If you've noticed, when you do the copy feature, if it's not over 90 days, I believe, it still is at the bottom of the just in, right? So doing the List Perfectly copy feature, it actually puts it at the top as a just in. What I have also been doing is looking up the exact same items I have in solds. And I'm going to those people's descriptions and I'm looking at the keywords they're using. I'm finding a lot of these keywords using the bubbles at the top on Poshmark, but I'm just kind of, taking some of their keywords that they're using and putting them in my own description. Some people may not like that, but you know what, whatever. It's fine. It's just, keywords. That's definitely helping, like 100%. It is helping using some keywords. So if I can give you any tips at all, it would be look for the same items that sold, look for items that have a lot of likes on it, look and see what their listings look like. But I will say that a lot of the descriptions that I do find on these items, there is no description. So that's interesting. But anyway, that's what I've been doing, and it is helping. But as I'm relisting these items, I'm doing that. I'm adding to my current boring descriptions, because the majority of my descriptions have the title in the description, size, and then condition, measurements, and that is it. The more keywords I've added, the faster things are selling, the more likes I'm getting. It really does make a huge difference. But anyways, let's get into the video, right? So I had over $920 in sales this past week since last Monday, which I don't remember the date, but it'll be on the video somewhere. I sold a lot. Now, I was not picky at all. I don't know about you, but if I pay $1 or $2 for an item and I listed it like $100 because other people listed theirs at $100, and somebody comes in and offers me $40, depending on how in demand that item is, I'm gonna accept that offer. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just gonna take it because it's money right then and there. I can flip that and maybe find something even better. So I've been doing a lot of accepting of lower offers, which is fine. A lot of stale inventory has been cleared out of my closet. I'm still working on the bottom of my closet because boy, it looks rough. Like I look at the things that I have, and I just have basic junk. A lot of basic junk in my closet. So anyways, as for items sold, I sold 49 items on Poshmark. I sold 1 item on eBay. My average sales price on Poshmark was $18.53, and 10 of those items sold within 5 days. The majority of them sold within 4, and I think 1 sold the same day. So we'll talk about that. I will share with you when I listed these items. But the bulk of everything sold February 1st through the 4th. So I had 31 sales this weekend alone. That's a lot. That's like amazing. And it was as I was relisting and doing keywords, and people just started buying and buying. And I also did closet clear out, so that worked. I did it twice, at 1 and then at 9. The 1 p.m. worked. The 9 p.m. didn't really do anything. So okay, let's go ahead and get into the videos. So I will put a picture somewhere over here, wherever it fits. Yeah, all right. First item that sold was a pair of Sam Edelman nude suede block heels. They were a size 9. They sold for $12. I listed these on February 20th. I paid $1.89 for these. All right, so the next 2 items were purchased by the same person, but they didn't bundle it, and I didn't realize it until I was literally packing my shipments. And I was like, oh, I could have canceled and combined them for that person. I feel bad that I didn't do that, but the first item was this black crochet see-through mini dress. It was extremely interesting, kind of a vintage looking dress. I got it at the Bins in Charlotte, so I paid $1.59 for it. It sold for $18, and he paid shipping, and that's amazing. So that one was listed on November 4th, right, whenever I went to the Bins the first time. The next item was a Free People Olivia Trinity open crochet, it was kind of like a sweater shawl type of thing. It sold for $12. I got this from his house. I listed this on January 30th, and I paid $2 for it. The next item, I probably should have sold it for more, but it was a Betsey Johnson neon green windbreaker jacket. It sold for $10. It was her sister's birthday, so she said. And, I was like, I've had some good sales this week, so I'm just going to, accept her $10 offer. It's fine. So I listed that on January 4th, and I paid $5.75 for it. So I paid full price at a Goodwill retail for that jacket. The next item was a consignment piece. This is a pair of Kitson LA Leopard ribbon bow ballet flats. They sold for $10, and they were size 8.5. The next item came from the Goodwill Bins here in Columbia, and it was a Tokyo Fashion knot hooded sweater cardigan. It sold for $8. I paid $1.89 for it, and I listed it on January 31st. It was also a relist. All right, the next item was a Teos Gift Cream metallic leather thong sandal. Teos is a really good brand, but their boots, I think their boots do better, because I sold one of their boots. I think I was like $79 or something. I paid $10 in Augusta, and they sold as soon as I listed them for full price. I was like, wow, these are good boots. And so I actually have another pair of Teos boots in my closet right now, but no bites. So I don't know, maybe I just have those priced a little too high. I did notice their comps for that boot was like 40 to 15. I think I have it listed at 70. But anyways, so the Teos sandals were listed on February 25th, and I paid $1.89 for those at the Goodwill outlet here in Columbia. Next item was a Lily Pulitzer lime wedge vintage scallop skirt. $18 is what it sold for. I relisted it on March 15th. I've had this skirt for over a year, just saying. I relisted it and it sold the day that I relisted it. And I paid $2 for that at his house. Next item that sold was a vintage gold tone chain wooden bead medallion belt. It sold for $17. I got this from the bins and it was like $1.89. It was a cute belt. It was like, to me, it gave off like a gypsy bohemian vibe. So I was like, somebody's gonna want this, right? It took a while. It took a couple days to sell because I listed this belt on January 24th. So it sold on March 30th. Next item, Eileen Fisher striped button-down vest. I couldn't really come up with a lot of information on this. It was a vintage vest. There was no material tag. I was pretty sure it was linen, just the way it felt, like a soft linen. But it sold for $17, and I paid $2 for that at his house, and I listed that on February 25th. The next item, LL Bean cotton pants. I will not pick up LL Bean cotton pants like these anymore because they just sit. These were $9 what they sold for. I paid $2 for those at his house and I listed those on November 13th. I probably should have relisted them, but I still don't think they would have sold for much because from what I'm noticing, LL Bean pants just don't do very well. The next item sold for full price. It is this EPTM men's speckled knit tunic top. I got this from the bins in Charlotte, so I paid $1.59 a pound. And this one sold for 20 bucks. I listed this on November 13th. And yeah, that was listed the exact same day as LL Bean. So coincidence? I don't know. Next, vintage On the Rocks vertical stripe button front top. I picked this up when I did my video on my little $25 challenge. And I'll link that up here if you haven't seen it. I thought it was a cute video, but yeah, I'll link that up there, but it finally sold. I think I still have one more item from that haul that has not sold. It's a cheetah shirt, so we'll see if that sells. This one sold for 10 bucks, and I paid $1 for it at Goodwill. Next item were these American Eagle Next Level skinny jeans. These were 18 shorts. They were new with tag. I had them listed at 35, along with another pair that actually sold for 30. These ones sold for $28 and I listed these on March 23rd and I paid $5.75 at Goodwill for these. The next item was vintage Liz Wear denim floral button front vest top. This one sat for a little while. So this one I listed on January 24th. I'm pretty sure I relisted it then, I think. When I found it, I was like, well, this is a cute little piece, you know. I know how weird Gen Z style is and their fashion sense. So I was like, this is something they would love. It's like 80s, 70s. Like, I don't know if you've seen any. I'm just going to say real quick. I was sitting on my sofa watching YouTube, right? And I was looking at music videos. Now, I grew up watching MTV. MTV videos all day long, all night long. It was my life. But have you seen the music videos for alternative rock right now? I don't know if anybody listens to alternative rock, but that's what I listen to. So I listen to like Cage the Elephant, that type of stuff. But the videos for these, it's like I'm watching videos from the 70s and 80s. Like they're all dressed like they used to dress in the 70s and 80s. Like their whole fashion sense has just completely changed. And I'm like, holy stuff, what? I don't know. I just think it's odd that all the guys have this like, you know, scraggly, they're all nerdy. It's just really weird. But anyways, I digress. Anyway, so that one sold for $10 and I paid $2 for that. I listed that on January 24th. All right, so the next item is a cabbie jumpsuit. I listed this on March 29th. It sold on the 1st and it sold for $58 and I paid $6.50 for it. And this one was really cute. At first I thought it was kind of ripped, but it was basically you stepped into it and you put the top over. The back was open, so it was supposed to look like you have the front part of your shirt tucked into your pants. And so just the little piece in the front was connected to the pants. It was really strange, but it sold pretty quickly. So if I ever find that piece again by Cabbie, I'll definitely pick that up. Cabbie pieces do sit for me, the tops. Like certain things do really well, but you really have to do a lot of research into Cavi to find out what to pick up for them. When I saw the romper, I was like, oh yes, I'm doing this. I comped it. I was amazed. So the next item was the Superga. I don't know how to pronounce this. I always thought it was Super Vega, and then I realized there's no V. Superga Bordeaux Velvet Couture Classic sneakers. These sold for $22. I had these for a while. I listed these on as a relist on January 31st, and I paid $6.50 for them at Goodwill. They were like a pretty velvet too, really cute. The Athleta Zion Wash Sculpt Tech Slim Crop Jeans. Got these from TJ Maxx, doing that retail arbitrage junk. Paid $5.99 for them. That was just their regular price, and I sold them for $13. I had 5 pairs, so the majority of them sold for over $20 each, so I definitely made all my money back plus more. But yeah, these sold for $13. I listed these, relisted, on February 17th. All right, so the next item was a vintage 80s metallic floral gold black jumpsuit. It sold for $11. I've had this for a while. This one I listed on October 13th, and I know that was a relist. So it's been in my closet for quite some time. And I paid $1.89 for that at the bins. Probably more like $1.39 back whenever it was before the pandemic, I think, that I bought it. And I had my daughter model this, and I don't know when, I bet she wants to see this, but my daughter has lost a lot of weight. This is a picture of her. I'm just gonna put a picture up here of her and just show you her progress, because I'm so proud of her. She's done so freaking well. But she has become, her and her boyfriend, like they go to the gym like 5 days a week. They eat healthy, and she's getting so healthy and fit, and I'm so proud. But yeah, this picture was done, this was before she went on, I think this was like right when she started her fitness journey, which was back, she modeled this picture for me, I would say May or June of this last year. So yeah, come a long way, come a long way. She's doing great. Okay, so the next one was Banana Republic. This is a gray pink wool Filippucci sweater. I think that's how you say it. It sold the same day I relisted it for $18. And I paid $1.59 for it at the bins in Charlotte. Next item, BCBG Max gray open front sweater cardigan. You know, I didn't think it was gonna sell. Now, I did have a horrific time with a BCBG Max cashmere sweater. Did you see that Poshmark scam video I did? That's one of my best videos, and I go back and watch it. I'm so embarrassed because I was just so obnoxious and angry in that video. So if you're a YouTuber, I'm sure you've gone back and looked at an old video and be like, oh my gosh. But you can't delete it because it's doing so well. I listed this on February 7th, and I wanna say it was a relist too, and I paid $2 for that at his house. Next item was a consignment piece. These are a vintage Sorelli crystal gemstone drop earrings. They sold for $30. Sorelli is amazing. Like, they have some really pretty stuff. Unfortunately, my neck is too fat for their necklaces, because a lot of the necklaces my friend has are like the choker type. And yeah, my neck is not 13 inches around. I think it's like 15 or 16 or something. I don't know, it's a lot. But these sold for $30. And of course, I didn't pay anything for it. The money goes to my friend. I take a cut, and then she gets the rest. The next item were a pair of Lululemon black gray logo reversible groove shorts. I hope they were the groove shorts. I'm pretty sure they were. But I did a lot of research into them, like 45 minutes to try to figure out what these were, to even find a pair similar to them. These sold for $20. I paid $3.75 at, I'm not 100% sure of what they're charging us for shorts. I think it's $3.75 at our local Goodwills. If anybody watching this video knows, comment down below if you're local. I don't remember. I think it's $3.75. They had a little bit of wear, some peeling on the label, you know, on the sticker that goes around it, you know. But they sold for $20. I listed these on March 31st. They sold on the 2nd. Next item was a Janska green Polartec fleece asymmetrical vest. I got this for $2 at his house, and I sold it for $8. And yeah, I held out as long as I could. You know, if anybody's offering me anything on winter stuff right now, I'm accepting it, the majority of it. Next piece was a Spanx Trust Your Thin Stinks mid-thigh bodysuit, size medium. Sold for $30. It was new with tag. I found it at Goodwill. I paid, how much did I pay? $3.75 for it. I listed it on the 29th and it sold on the 2nd. Now, it did have this like discolor to it, like a very light discoloring all over it, which I don't know what that was, but I listed that in the description and that was okay. So next item, Lily Pulitzer Navy Johnny B. Briella dress. This thing I've had forever. It had like the navy blue is faded. You know how the stretchy jersey material can get faded over time. So that was listed. I sold it for $12 and it was listed on February 7th and I paid $2 for it. So $12, you know, that's fine. Next item that sold was a pair of American Eagle curvy jeans. These were listed on March 29th. They sold on the 2nd. I sold them for $18. It was an offer. She offered me $18. I said, whatever, that's fine. I paid $5.75 for them. Next one was a bundle for $30, and the bundle was the Ipsy Glam Bag Ultimate Your Magic from October. And the other item was a Melissa Massey gray rosy patch sweater. I pretty much just accepted that I was going to give her the Ipsy Glam bag for free and said, take it. $30 was what the sweater was actually listed for. So yeah, that was that. The sweater was listed on January 28th and I paid $4.75 for that, and the Ipsy bag I got from the bins, so it doesn't count. Next piece was this vintage leather hand-tooled boho backpack, really cute backpack. It was a mini backpack. I listed that on March 17th. It sold for $33 and I paid $4.99 for this at the Salvation Army. Next piece was a Luca Couture floral full mini skirt, pastel colors, really cute for spring. It was $8 and I listed this one on December 9th and I got it from his house for $2. Next item was this ModCloth minute. I think it's minute. I don't know. It was a ruffled tier strapless mini dress. It sold for $9 to, I just want to say their name, okay? Her. That was their name, and it stood out to me, and I thought it was funny. I laughed for a while when I first read it. So if you're here, that's a great name. $9, and I paid $1.89 for that at the bins. The next piece that sold was a Lily Pulitzer Mommy and Me monkey print top for $9, and I paid $2 for that. It was listed on November 11th. Next item, Tory Burch. I sold them for $27. So I had a Tory Burch navy blue slip-on suede loafers. I got these from the bin, so I paid $1.89 for them. Now, one of the tops of the loafer was kind of rough compared to the other. That's all that was wrong with them, right? They're in great condition, but one just felt kind of rough feeling. It was weird. And I tried to, suede shave it, or I tried to suede brush it. It just didn't really do anything. So that was described as well. So she paid $27 for these. So these were listed on January 27th. So it took a while. The next pair were a pair of Vince flats that I found on the same day. I listed these on the 27th as well. These sold for $30 and I paid $1.89 at the bins for those. The next item was this Free People wall and lace trapeze slip-in. It was supposed, I don't even know, whatever. There should have been slip-on dress. I didn't even write dress. I just wrote slip. Oh, whoa, okay. So it was a trapeze slip, whatever. Anyway, it sold for $11. It had a stain on the back, but the coloring of it, you really couldn't see it because I wouldn't have picked it up if I had seen it because I usually check everything. But I got it from the bins in Charlotte. I paid like $1.59 a pound. That did not weigh anywhere near a pound, so I'm sure it was a lot cheaper. But I sold it for $11 because of the stain. It looked like maybe they got like hair dye or something on it. That's really all it looked like to me. The next piece I got from his house for $2. This is a vintage black Bermuda shell t-shirt, large, cute. So I'm assuming she's gonna like do a DIY or something with that, but I listed that on February 7th and I paid $2 for it. A Torrid black mid-rise twill tie crop pants. These sold for $18. They were a size 18 and I listed these on March 29th and I paid $4.75 at Goodwill. Next item was a Fresh Produce Beach Haven tee length floral skirt. I was shocked that it even sold for over $20. because fresh produce on Poshmark does not do as well as fresh produce on eBay. And I hadn't listed this on eBay yet, but I did notice one similar to it that was new with tag sold for $20 on Poshmark. So I was like, well, I'm gonna list it up a little bit higher just to see if anything happens. So I did the closet clear out. I lowered my price and she bought it for 22 bucks. And I paid $4.75 and I listed it on $3.31. So it sold in like 4 days. Next item was a pair of Lane Bryant fake leather pocket skinny jeans. So these I listed on April 1st. It was a relist and I paid $2 for these at his house. There's a lot. Next item was a Victoria's Secret pale blue satin robe, sold for $10. I paid $2 for this at his house, and I listed this one on March 5th. The next item was this cute vintage beaded open crochet button front net vest. That's what I wrote. Sold for 14 bucks. I don't remember where I got this from, to be quite honest. I listed it, a relist, on March 5th. I paid $2, so I guess I got it from his house, because his house is the only place where I always pay $2 for clothes. It's like a flat rate for everything. The next one I got from his house. This is a Kate Spade off-white ostrich leather satchel tote. So I did a little no-no. I paid up for this, right? So they had a bunch of Kate Spade bags behind the counter for $20 each. So I was like, I'll take the last two that you have. I didn't comp them. I was like, they're Kate Spade. They'll do well, right? No. So this one I paid 20 bucks for. I sold it for 27. So I listed this on 3.9, sold it for 27. I paid $20 for it. So I made $1.60 profit. Woohoo. Yeah. Kate Spade, not that one. All right, on to the next. Stuart Weitzman black square toe block heels, sold for 20 bucks. I listed these on January 31st and I paid $2 at his house. The next item were these American Eagle high-rise distressed denim shorts. They were the high-rise shorty, that's it. So these I listed on March 29th and I paid $3.75 for them. The next item was a Lucky Brand maxi dress. It finally sold. So this Lucky Brand maxi dress I listed on January 27th. I believe it was a relist too. Sold for $29. I paid $6.50 at Goodwill for it. And I actually just bought another Lucky Brand maxi dress. So I wonder how long I can sit on that one. Obviously I'm gonna have to sell it in the $20 to $30 range if I wanted to sell quick, but yeah. Next is a Vince Camuto Netty pointy toe strappy pumps. These were really pretty gold pumps. They were size 6.5. I got these from, where did I get these from? His house. So I paid $2 at his house for these and they were listed on February 17th. Next item I paid $4.75 at Goodwill. It is a Torrid white floral chiffon pin tuck blouse. Sold for 13 bucks. She offered me 10 and I declined it, and I had them set at the time was at 15, so I lowered it to 10% and then gave her the shipping discount and she accepted that offer. But that one was listed on February 25th. And the last item, oh, we're at the last item. Okay, the last item was this Patagonia Better Sweater coat, and it was like a gray heathered. Sold for $60. I had it listed at $68. I listed it on April 2nd. It sold on April 4th, and yeah. Okay, and also on eBay, I had this Old Navy maternity dress right here, and it sold for a total of $19.99 including shipping. So I probably made 10 bucks off of that. So we'll just add that $10 to everything. My gross sales for the week. So let's go ahead and go over my numbers. So the gross sales, $908. My net profit, $694.40. And my cost of goods for the entire week, $159.21, which is great. My actual profit before taxes, of course, $535.19, and take out taxes, about 400 something. So over 375, which is what I want each week. And I'm gonna strive for another week like that. This week, I have a lot of stuff to list. A lot. I have dresses, I have tops, I have shoes. I've been thrifting a lot lately, but I really want to get everything photographed and listed before I go out, because I really want to list items as soon as I bring them home. Like, that's always been my goal, is to bring them home, right? Go ahead and photograph them, check them over for stains, whatever, right? Throw them in the wash. Go ahead, get the photos and stuff, put in my listings, go ahead and start writing out my descriptions, get them out, measure them, put them away, and be done with it. But it's a lot easier said than done. So I don't do that, but I really want to do that. So I don't know, maybe I'll find it in myself eventually to be able to do that, but I just get, exhausted. It's kind of like when you go grocery shopping and instead of coming home and cooking, you stop at the fast food place and get you something to eat because you're exhausted. All the stuff you have to do, you have to put it away and bring it in the house and all that. You just want to eat, right? It's the same thing, right? Anyway. All right, guys, so that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like and be sure to comment below, as both of those things really help videos on YouTube. And if anybody's videos need help, it's mine. So I will talk to y'all in the next video. Have a great day. Take care and stay safe. Bye.